All right, everybody, welcome back. We appreciate y'all that's tuning in. Now today, I got a guest, a special guest. I've been knowing him for a while. Um, Seen him through his ups and downs, seen him through his progressions. He's a very interesting character. I like his perspective on things. He's a little younger than me, so our perspectives is similar, but it's different as well. And like I said, I really respect what he has to say, so we got him on here. Today we got on To You True. Thanks for coming, man. I appreciate you coming out.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
Okay. So today, on some real stuff, I wanted to actually get into we got a lot of things going on in our community. I guess you could say inside and outside the community. But one thing that holds true, whether it's in turbulent times or in good times, one thing that holds steady is relationship problems. Because you could have a relationship where a guy could be broke and the girl doing all the work and she feel like she raising another kid.
Right.
But on the other hand, you could have a man that is holding it down, paying all the bills, taking care of the kids, and the wife supposed to be, or the girl supposed to be cleaning the house or doing whatnot, and she ain't doing her part. So what I wanted to do was kind of talk and meet in the middle, as far as not just talk about solutions, but talk about steps that could be taken in the right direction for us to kind of, I guess you could say, aid our relationships to becoming better. Because what I'm seeing is this, and this is why this is important. Because what I'm seeing is relationships are breaking up because of money.
Right.
Like when y'all both was broke, not just saying you and Juno, I'm just saying us, when y'all both was broke and the struggle was real, everything was hunky-dory with one person struggling, the other person trying to make it because y'all adding to the same pot. But now, since one has risen and the other is down, now we down talking the other one. Right. So I just wanted to get some perspective on that. Also, what I wanted to talk to you about is the difference in age range and age brackets with women and men, and how it will make a difference in a relationship in general. So that being said, I'm going to give you the floor. First question would be, why do you think that's a problem when one person is up and the other person is down?
Well, I think it's a problem because, you have. All right, wait. Let me take it back. Like I've been raised around the group of guys that's in your age bracket, and I see how they handle their business and maintain their relationships and stayed in good standing, and whether they was down and got up, you know what I'm saying? I had a woman was behind them, and they just handled business. You know what I mean? They kept their word. If they told they woman that, I'm gonna come home and I'm gonna make something happen, they did that, men of integrity. But now it's like nowadays, these young guys, they just want to leech. They just want to find somebody who got something so they can get something real quick. And they just ain't being men. Okay. Yeah. So once a female comes across a man who don't know how to have a backbone so many times, I think they go through stages. They get desperate and then they get despaired. You know what I'm saying? So it makes it hard now to believe somebody who comes after 10 guys being being nothing, somebody you can't depend on. You see what I'm saying? So now when she comes across a guy who may have a little turmoil in his life, it's hard for her to had that one code of conduct that he may be asking for. Like, give me a little bit of time to let me show you what I can do. You see what I'm saying? And so it's that I don't need a man for nothing. I can handle it by myself, because that's how they've been conditioned, not trained, but that over time they've been conditioned to feel like that. Now it's like they ain't got nobody to call on because these guys just ain't being, they just ain't being men. You feel me?
Right, right.
Yeah.
And I want to touch on that. Um, when we talk about men not being men, are we comparing them to the men of the past or the men of today? Because times have changed. And what
Right.
I mean by that is back in the day with our parents or parents before them, the man went and made the money and the woman stayed home. But now it's a two-parent household where both parents is working, or baby mama working or you working. So the dynamics has totally changed. I was talking to my queen and she was talking about how her friends and stuff talking about how I'm gonna be submissive when I'm only, somebody, well, how she paying the half of the bills. Now she said that's what, people in her little group is talking about. But for me, I had a saying for her. I say in the same token, how you gonna be, not her in general, but like her, the female group, because I'm the male perspective, she's the male's perspective, female's perspective. How can y'all try to be independent married women? Like that don't make sense to me. Right. You can't be independent and married. Right. You see what I'm saying? And
unit,
yeah,
right.
Like, that don't make sense. If you're gonna be independent, be by yourself. Do you? But if y'all gonna have be married and y'all supposed to be equally yoked, y'all supposed to be working on things together in sickness and in health, good times, bad times. So to me, it's like I just think we need to go deeper when it comes to understanding finances before you become a couple as also during. Because you go any relationship that you know about have had good times and bad times financially. But when a man get broke, the woman look for another man outside the home because they start filling that void, and there goes find another man to try to fill that void.
Right, right.
But if a woman went broke, a man don't do that.
We step up. We step
right.
Up.
We step up. We go cut some grass. We go do something else. But men, they go cheat for different reasons because they thinking with their lower self. And that being said, we have struggles, but staying on course when it comes to finances. That's why I think in relationships, it's important. If you got a mature relationship, that y'all should be setting goals and planning things together.
Right, right.
Do you want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, I actually do, because you said it when you first start speaking and describing it. Like they wanna know how to be submissive, or for us to give them a reason to be submissive. But like you say, they acting independently.
Right.
But we supposed to be a unit. So everything we do is together. Now we still our own individuals. We still got our own individuality.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And personalities. But that don't mean I have to stop my habits. You know what I mean? And my what I like to do on my free time. You know what I'm saying? It just means that, like you say, a goal, we set a goal, a monetary goal.
Yeah, together,
and we meet that together. You feel me? We have certain values that we trying to raise the bar on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna reach that together, because everybody is not gonna come fully equipped in a relationship with everything that their partner may need or want, because that's gonna come over time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you can't allow money to hold any value on that part of the relationship, or that have any importance, I feel, because like you say, once you do have money problems, and it's no telling sometimes how long that financial situation may last. So if it lasts over any duration of time, that may put extra stress on the relationship. And like you said, now we thinking of other ways to fix the problem, but we stepping out, creating another problem. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anybody, when we lay down with anybody, somebody gonna wake up with some feelings. Somebody gonna get up with some type of feeling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we need to look at it like we need to compound interest, gain, stick
Right.
together. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to
Right.
compound problems. You see what
Right.
I'm saying? By trying
Right.
to we digging a deeper hole by trying to get out the hole. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right. Now, so right. So when we, and that's what I'm saying. Like what I see, you know, in my practice and just in life in general, and parallel relationships, like with my friends and people that I grew up with or people below me, what I see is people coming together in their situations, and each person has different goals. And
Right.
when one don't support the other's goals, the relationship suffers. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
Like, I'm gonna give you an example. Let's say if it's a guy that he ain't got his GED, he meet a girl, he finally quit hustling, he decide, okay, I'm gonna go on and get a job and get my GED. Okay, while he's doing that, what is it gonna take? Is he gonna go to night school? Is he gonna study the book? Let's just say he want to go to night school. If he want to go to night school and he works and he got a girl,
Yeah.
him and his girl need to come together, talk about the schedule, what days and times he's gonna go to night school, what days and times he gotta work, what his responsibilities would be with the kids around the house, and she should accommodate him while he's making his transition to his next step. Now,
Right.
even if it takes 6 months, a year, whatever it takes, they need to be on that plan together and see it all the way through until he passes his test and get his GED. Once
Right.
he get his
Right.
GED, okay, he could get a better job or whatnot, of course, because he quit smoking or whatever, if he got his card, whatever, and he put them in a better position. Okay, let's say now he gets a better job. Now it's her turn. She already got her GED or high school diploma. Now she wants to go to nursing school. Okay.
Right.
Or any type of school, cosmetology school, or to become a doctor, whatever the expectation is. But let's just say it's a 2-year program. Okay, knowing that, what he need to do is find a job that he be comfortable in for 2 years while she do her thing.
Right. Right.
And while she do her thing, as a couple, the bills is getting paid. He ain't over buying Jordans. The new J's came out. Okay, you need the budget for that. Don't spend the household money so it won't be no smoke. You know, they need to stay on track until she get out of school, and then it's his turn. See what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how you build. But if y'all
Right.
are two totally different pages, she ain't gonna watch the kids while he in night school. So now he can't go. Her job don't work out with his schedule. So a lot of the turbulence or stress in the relationship could just be due to, for one, non-communication for real. And for two,
Right.
not having a plan or a strategy in your relationship. It ain't just about sex, fun, and rock and roll. It's about growing together as a unit.
As a unit, yeah, as a whole, and that's
Right.
and that's the younger generation. I see they have a big issue with that. Like I said, like before, because some people will feel like some people are just so used to being stuck in their ways and what makes them comfort and what they comfortability. You know, just
Right.
staying at that box. That when they do come across somebody like that, like you say, that's you trying to show them how to build, teach them how to build,
Right.
and so y'all can build with each other. They
Mm-hmm.
look at it as, you know, you trying to change me. It creates more friction than anything, but it
Yeah.
just might be growing pains sometimes. But with that, you're gonna have to have patience, because going through that growing pain of her or him really accepting, like, this person got my back, got my best interest. What they
Right.
telling me is out of love, and they want to see me succeed.
Right.
It may put you in a certain position. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's like it just have to. The person has to be worth it. The person has to be worth it. And I think at the end of the day, what's meant, if it's worth it, what's meant, it's gonna all work out.
Right.
Versus if it ain't meant, it's just gonna put y'all both you know what I'm saying, it's gonna set y'all back more than anything. But like
Right.
you said, I got something to do, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Can you
Right.
help me? Can you help me achieve my goal?
If
Stick
y'all
as
a
a man,
unit,
stick to your
if
word.
y'all
Yeah,
together,
y'all a unit. Yeah, till you get
right.
together.
Right.
Can you help me? You know what I'm saying? And when I get right, it's your turn. You gonna shine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We gonna shine. Yeah, yeah. Because it's not a competition.
Nah.
It's
And
not
that
doing it.
and that's what be forgotten in these relationships.
Yeah. What I was telling her, I was reading a book called The Eighth Habit, and in that book he was saying that as a leader or a coach, if you have a team, you have to elaborate clearly with the team members the goal, because you know, like in basketball and soccer, football, whatever, you have a goal on each end
Yeah.
of the field. So if one team member don't know, like, we supposed to be running down this way, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But you going up here shooting at the basket, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
you doing the right thing, you just heading in the wrong direction.
You in the wrong playbook. You playing the game like you with me in this, but you on the wrong page. You in the wrong playbook.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's another thing too. We have, like you said, communication. We know we have to learn how to communicate more effectively.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Now, you mentioned a key word though. You said you have to be patient. First of all, the thing about us, that's one of our biggest deficits. You know, we don't know how to be patient,
Right.
especially in this social media, I want it now generation. Like, I ain't knocking the generation, it's just the signs of the times is what it is. But you have to be patient for a person to grow.
Right.
Like, it's not gonna happen over. You don't grow a mustache in one day.
Right.
Like, it's a process. Like your beard, it took you a little time to grow it. It's a process. And while you growing it, you gotta groom it. You gotta brush it. You gotta train it. You gotta trim it. So even though you growing, you still have to knock off the edges that ain't right. Like, even as you grow, you still gotta shape yourself while you growing as a person. And if you ain't never experienced this type of growth before in your life, how do you know what to do for one with yourself? So if you don't know what to do with yourself, how's your mate gonna know what to do with you?
Right.
You know what I mean? That's just like I come across some knowledge on how to buy real estate, flip houses, and make, get paid. But I try to go tell somebody that has no knowledge of real estate about it. They're gonna be like, man, what did you? And they could be my dude for a long 10, 20 years. Bro, I don't know what you talking about. You talking about interest rates. You talking about yields. You talking about commercial property. What are you talking about? To me, it's elementary because I grew. But him, it'll be foreign. So you have to give the other person a chance to catch up with you. And again, y'all have to be on the same page if y'all gonna do it together.
Right.
Which means you gotta spend quality time together and talk.
Right.
And talk. Not just text. Cause you can't, what if me and you was trying to do this texting? It's not gonna work.
Right.
It's not
sometimes you could take things in the wrong context over a text message too. Like, you know what I'm saying? I may mean it one way, but you may read it a different way.
Mm-hmm.
And that could cause some, like you said, that could cause a problem. So like you said, you have to sit down and verbally, eye to eye. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Eye to eye, to get that better understanding.
Right. So let's transition. A little bit. So that's fine as far as household relationships. But before you even get to that point, you got to meet a person.
Right.
You got to meet a person. And I'm only talking about heterosexual relationships with a man and a woman. You know, I personally don't get into the other stuff because it's so sensitive. It is what it is. So I'm talking about man and woman relationships. In today's society, women are different, men are different, but I'm gonna say, to me, women have evolved more. And this is what I mean. We have treated them so bad they have now had no choice but to evolve without us.
Right.
They, and I'm talking about the black woman, and I'm talking about the black man. We call them out of their name. We treat them like, you know what?
Yeah.
We demean them. We try to use them. We try to have 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm talking about black men as a whole. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't better than nobody else. So we all included. We lump it. You know. And what has happened is they quit depending on us as much. Right. The guys have become, I ain't saying all, I'm going to say some. Some guys have become so lazy, they don't even defend a woman.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Of course, we got guys that hit women, you know, and along with guys that just flat out lazy and don't want to do nothing.
Yeah.
Do you think that the black woman should continue to have faith in the black man, or should she start dating outside her race?
I don't believe that I don't believe that was up the situation, because like we speaking on unity right now. So we need to, as a race, we need to stay together. But I'm not against, because you know me, I done dated outside my race before too. So I'm not against.
Yeah, I never have.
Black woman going outside.
Yeah, I've never done that.
You know what I'm saying? But it ain't no thing. You know, everybody got their own preferences. But see,
I ain't knocking.
I'm just a yeah. I know you ain't knocking it, but I'm just, you know what I'm saying, just saying, not in my defense, but just to speak my piece. Like, I just love women. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
At time and phase, I'm only dating white chicks. I'm only looking for Mexicans. I want every race. You know what I'm saying? Because I done had them short, tall, skinny, heavy set. You know what I'm saying? Pretty. I done had them all. Like, what?
But look what you just said, though. See, you unconsciously, and I ain't knocking you. I'm just saying how we as men do. I called the queen a queen. You called her a chick. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, if we gonna get back to our royalty, we pharaohs and they queens.
Right.
I'm just saying, in order for us to progress, they gotta progress. And I'm not knocking what you do, because guess what? I do it too. But I'm just saying, we have to change that mindset.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
Because that was, I don't. Yeah, I agree with that totally. Because them was my growing phase. Them was my growing stage.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Like, so I don't believe that the black women should give up on, because we talking about men, we talking about us. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I don't believe that they should give up on it, even though we stand up men, but we just talking about men as a whole. Like, so I think that women should make better character decisions when they trying to meet a guy, because you know, you know, your actions might not align with your words. You say you want a good man, you say how you want a man to treat you, you want respect, but then you disrespect yourself by choosing a guy who you know may not be right for you.
Right.
But he intrigued you in some type of way.
Right.
And you allowed yourself to get into a cohabitation with this guy. You know what I'm saying? You know he ain't working. He a street dude. So you know what his values is. You know what his mindset is. So how could you expect anything else than, you know what I'm saying? So it don't make sense. But don't give up on us. Just make better character decisions and allow the people that got lower vibrations to vibrate lower with each other.
There we go.
Keep it moving. Yeah.
There we go. Perfect segue. Vibrations. Now, you know, I'm heavy on that.
Right.
When we talk about vibrations, let's say as I've seen your frequency elevate to a greater vibration from where it was, because of course you grew from a young man to a grown man. There has been different difficulties within yourself. I went through it too.
Right. As
you grow, do you keep your old friends and keep your vibration low? Because you have to keep those same standards for your circle, them same expectations.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As you connect with your woman and y'all taking y'all stuff, to a different level, you have to vibrate more with her versus anybody else, because she's supposed to be the one that's going to be there with you for life. She's supposed to be the one that's going to bury you. Right. You see what I'm saying? So y'all should work on y'all vibe the most. But what we see, it's like y'all got two separate guitars. You know, people, one person doing this and one person doing that. One person going to the casino spending the money, one person making the money, one person saving, one person wasting. Right. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
Right. Right.
So what is your input? Go ahead.
Yeah. Nah, go ahead with your question, because I'm pretty sure I was just about to say what you was gonna ask.
No, well, go ahead. Just go ahead. Just go ahead and elaborate on it.
Yeah, because I'm just like, sometimes you got to, even though you may not want to because you have that bond, but it's better to go ahead and separate, because it's gonna, more than likely they gonna get you back on the same lower vibration versus you think you about to rub off on them, because they desires ain't matching yours. Y'all don't have the same desire. You know what I mean? But you trying to, it's like you trying to force feed them to do something. You know what I mean? And we're going. And you know the majority gonna always rule. So by you having friends, multiple, you know, you just increasing your chances on losing. You know what I mean? Because that's ultimately what's gonna happen. You're gonna be in a losing position.
Right. And honestly too, women about their bag now. Like, guys who used to be able to have 4 and 5 girls and tricking them, not giving none of them no money, not helping their kids, none of that. Women ain't going for that no more. Right. They rather you come through, do what you gonna do, drop $40, $50 so they can feed them kids. If you ain't got no money, they've evolved. So on some keeping it real stuff, you think you hitting a lick by giving her a little bit of money, but for real, you the lick. If she do 10 of them a week, that's $500. I'm just saying, I can't knock her for getting her money.
I can't. But let me ask you this: is her actions, by her doing that, the way she's doing it, is that a good reflection on her and what she trying to manifest, and what she, as far as a good man?
Well, the thing is, she could start out. So yeah, you talk about manifestation. The key is she trying to survive at that point, and do she got goals? You know, if these dudes keep doing her bad, what about the dude who paying the $50 every time he see a chick or something? That's still tricking. So he ain't no better. And again, I'm not knocking a single person's lifestyle. If you single and you roll like that, that's how you roll. You know what I mean? My thing is, what is your intention of meeting this other person? Is it to hit a lick like you said, like because this dude got money and you know what come with it? Or is it trying to find a husband? Or are you trying to find a wife? And I hate to say it right now, in a lot of places, it's 12 women to 1 man. So it's a little tough on a black woman right now. Plus you got people with other races, because it's popular, because it's on social media, that these other races of women want these black men, but you just the ones with money. So if they getting the ones with that money from these rich black men ain't going to the average females. That's going to a whole nother race type of family. So we ain't even sharing in the wealth from them having kids, procreating. So when we look at females, okay, what is her intention? It depends on if she a single mom. Is she just trying to survive? Is she horny? Or is she looking for true love? So with the man, usually he just tricking. If he putting out some money, how do men meet women nowadays? They looking on Facebook or an app and they scrolling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Women, they kind of approach it, meet a dude in the store. If a guy holler at him, you see what I'm saying? So it's a different approach, because, you know, the intention could be in the approach.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't look at a picture and be like, man, she smell good. How you know? She a picture. She's dimensional. But if you're in the store
Right.
and you see her shopping, you can see her curves, you can see her swag, you can see what she buying, you can look in her cart, you could converse with her, see where her mind at, see if she's receptive, see if she got teeth. So it's a different level. So again, I'm
Yeah.
not knocking single people for what they do, but what I am speaking on, just to narrow it, is for us as Black people, we got to do better in these relationships when it comes to,
Right.
even if y'all want to be with a person, it's just best to keep it real and just tell the truth. I'm
Right.
saying,
That's what I was about to say.
go ahead. I'm gonna let you say it.
Yeah. Nah. Yeah. That's what I was about to say. Is when you first coming through the door, everybody gonna show their best side. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they may be not being all the way fully honest with you because they may feel like they don't owe you that much honesty. But
Right.
then you come through the door and you telling a female one thing, you one way, you want this, you want that. Then your actions start saying, she's saying you start changing,
Right.
or vice versa. You know what I mean? She like I'm a good woman, or I got a certain past or whatever. But then your actions, you got to keep that. You got to be giving yourself. You can't be afraid to be vulnerable sometimes, because that vulnerability is not gonna get you hurt. Not keeping it real is what's gonna get you hurt. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Yeah.
And for what I've learned, man, women will rather you be honest and say you got 2 and 3 women that you're dating and you're seeing and you date, and be honest with them versus lying to them. They actually respect you more. And
Yeah.
if they want to fool with you, they're going to fool with you regardless. If they like what they see, they just know where it's going. Or some women do get in the fantasy land and say, I'm going to get this man from them other girls, which ain't nothing wrong with that either. But be prepared for the letdown if he don't do what you want him to do.
Right.
But that way, nobody's really becoming traumatized, because you could get hurt in a relationship, but that don't mean it's traumatizing. But if you put somebody, like you've given your life and sacrificed 5 years for a person and they cheat on you, that's traumatizing. Like, that's messed up.
Yeah. It's not
And
like I say, it's a difference. It's a difference too. I tell people it's a difference between being loyal to you and being faithful to you. I may not be faithful to you, but I'm loyal to you. You know I ain't going nowhere. I got your back through thick and thin. You know what I'm saying? I'm always gonna be there. But I might step out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Or I might not step out at all. But you know, my loyalty. Like sometimes you just can't, when you call on me, like, so it's just a difference. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's just a difference. Yeah. But people be asking for the wrong things. They be asking. To me, that's what I feel. To me, they what a lot of women say they want loyalty. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want that man to stop cheating. Like, he may be loyal to you. You know he got your back. You know he down for you and all that. But he gonna run out and do some bullshit with another female. You know what I'm saying? And that's because he unfaithful. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you think it's hard? Do you think it's hard for men to be faithful?
Yeah, it's very hard. It's very hard.
You think so? Like it's I'm a different age bracket than you, so my values is a little different, and my goals when I was younger was different. Like, my goals when I was younger was to have a family, not to have a bunch of females. But as I was going through my process, high school, and you having your fun. But my intention as the age I am now wasn't to have a harem, wasn't to have a staple.
Yeah.
I wanted a family,
Right.
and a solid team, a solid foundation, like history, versus a bunch of empty experiences, I guess you could say. For me, that's my personal goal that I was looking for. And that's why I think it's important that if a person's goal is not to be with a person, they should just keep it real, because that person that you wasted their time, they'll never get that time back.
Right.
They'll never get that time back.
Right. Now I know some good stand-up guys. You know what I'm saying? That's married, don't cheat. You know what I'm saying? But you got to think, like, when you're on social media, it's so many ways to hide deception. You know what I'm saying? They got messages that disappear. They got different ways you could You know what I'm saying? Then everywhere you turn, you seeing naked females, or you know what I'm saying? And then when you out in the world, you know what I'm saying, you may got yourself together, or whatever the case may be, and they just throwing it at you. Now you don't have to act on it. You don't have to act on it. You just ask, was it hard? Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. You know what I'm saying? Because
it's hard. It's hard until you get in the habit of rejecting them. You just reject them in a nice manner. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, in my line of work, I'm around tons of females daily. You know what I'm saying? Schools and jails and communities and houses, and you know what I'm saying? Moms and aunts and grandmas and like I'm constantly. So for me, I hear a lot of aggressive things said toward me. But for me, it's nothing, because what's the outcome? You're going to destroy my family. I'm going to destroy my family if I act on it. My goal is to be 100 years old on the porch, being, queen, drinking lemonade, watching the kids. Okay, that's not going to happen if I, cheat on her and have 10, 15 women. That vision is gone. And was it worth it? Because them 15 don't really care. Is it worth it? To me, no. So, I appreciate it, but I'm keeping it moving, because in my head, I already been there, done that, and I got goals. Family goals.
Yeah, that's why I say you don't got to act on it, but the fact that it's just that is just there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But because women go through the same thing. They get enticed everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everywhere they turn, they get enticed. That's that faithfulness, and then that's that loyalty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got both intertwined, you good. You ain't got to worry about your partner, especially if like you say, like you got in the habit of rejecting it. You know what I mean?
Once you get in the habit of it and not operating with that, like when women try to holler at me, now let me say this. I'm gonna keep it real. The creator, the universe, God, whoever people worship, it is what it is, but the Black woman is a work of art. She's walking art. Like the way she sway, the way her thighs, move together, her hips move, intertwine, her waist, her face, her lips, her hair blowing in the wind, all of that, that's art. That melanin skin, that melanin in her brown eyes, you know what I'm saying? That's walking art. The way they smell, you know what I'm saying? That's walking art. So if I see some walking art, I'm going to look and be like, okay, she look nice. But in my mind, I'm not thinking, I want to just, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, man, she look good. But she look nice. So for me, and of course, I'm more mature because I'm older and I've been through the young stuff. So for a younger guy, it's going to be a little bit more tough, plus the hormones and all of that. I get it. Everybody ain't on the same level. But what I would say for the guys that's in a relationship, a real relationship, learn how to admire the art from afar. And sometimes you need to understand that you can window shop. That means just looking, but don't touch and don't buy it. You can admire it by looking at it and keeping it moving.
Right. That's it. And that's what I don't want to tell me if you agree. Like, but I done said before, like you said, if you admire, I ain't about to not look if I'm with you. But I'm not about to be disrespectful either. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's a slippery slope, but that's why communication is important. Like it'll be like this. I'm gonna give you an example, and I can only talk about myself. Like if my queen say she don't look whatever, but if me and her, let's say we walking somewhere where some people outside working out, if it's guys and girls, I'm gonna look at both of them, but like I'm looking at who in shape, if they look nice or whatnot, or do they got work to do. If she look at dude and he muscle bound, I mean, she got eyeballs. I'm more mature to feel some kind of way because she look. If I ain't handling my business at home enough for a dude she don't know to catch her eye in this moment, that's on me. I'm slipping. You know what I'm saying? So I got to be confident in what I'm doing in my household, even with my personal body, to make sure she looking at me in a sexual manner or an attractive manner versus a dude she don't even know, like, ooh, I wish you look like that. No.
Right, right.
A lot of these
Well,
dudes walking around pregnant though. So I'm just saying,
that's what I was gonna say. That's that compatibility, because you in the fitness.
Yeah.
She may be in the fitness. That's what makes y'all compatible. Another guy, like you say, he out of shape. His girl might be out of shape, but they comfortable with that, and ain't no pressure on change. But some people may feel like they need to evolve better and get they health together, get their
Yeah.
mind right, and do
How,
it together, like it's
bro,
that unity. Yeah.
let me tell you this, bro. Let me say it like this. Any man, I ain't gonna say any. If you over 30 years, I'm gonna say if you over 35 years old and you not at least walking a mile a day, bruh, you're gonna have problems with your erections because you're not getting the proper blood flow.
Right.
You need blood flow in the lower parts of your body for your blood flow to get your homie up, because all it is when you're erect is blood. And if your diet ain't right, your blood flow ain't gonna be right. And you know, I'm gonna keep it real. I've interviewed a lot of women. If this ain't right, they'll leave you. I'm gonna just keep it.
Yeah.
They out of there. They, whoo, if that ain't working for them, that's a tougher form to stay.
Have you ever asked one of those women, is that a deal breaker?
I have, and the answer is they only like being a lollipop for so long. They only like being a lollipop for so long. They said, without getting too vulgar, they say if this guy don't get some type of tool, they going to find a tool. I mean, and if you're in a relationship and you rolling with him, you got to make it do what it do, because she got needs.
Yeah, most definitely. And it's that's first and foremost, because even on our end, we don't want nobody that we got to be like, man, she born. You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't think it should. I don't.
If she born, teach her something. If she born, teach her something new. You the leader. If not you, I'm just saying in general, teach her something new. Go watch something. Go learn something. Do something spontaneous, just crazy, that might blow her. One thing about women, I'm gonna say this to y'all men. And I don't know it all, but I do a lot of marriage counseling. I'm telling you now, if your woman get bored with you, bro, you got a problem. When you stop being able to teach them stuff, they ear open up for another man to teach them something. When you stop showing them new experiences, they start looking at other, like, women that have men that's giving them new experience, and they want to experience that new stuff. So if you stuck in your ways and you ain't trying to change, homie, a woman will leave you. A woman will leave you. So I'm not saying be no sucker, but what I'm saying is this is a journey. Your relationship got to consistently evolve. One of the reasons why I stay reading and staying focused is so I could tell my queen new stuff. Like, I don't want you learning this from another man. Let me show you this. Come here. You know what I mean? That's why we've been together so long, because I got to keep it fresh. I got to keep it moving. I stay in shape for me, but it ain't just for me, if you know what I'm saying.
Right. But it's that spontaneity. You know what I'm saying? You got to stay spontaneous, like you say, teach her new things, do stuff with her, you know, and don't be monotonous. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah. Everybody hate routine. Especially if it's for too long. Yeah. That's it's like just, you know, it's like going traveling. You might be sightseeing, driving, but we're gonna get tired, man. 8 hours straight on the road. You're gonna want to pull over somewhere. You're gonna stop, get some gas. Say your relationship, you're gonna want to take a break. And You found something. It's just exciting. It necessarily might not be no emotional bond, no certain attachment, no nothing, but it's just some excitement for a while. It just made you feel a certain type of way that your partner ain't been making you feel in a while.
Right. Now we're gonna end that. It's the last question I got, and we're gonna end. It's a doozy though. I'm not answering it. I'm not gonna answer this at all. I'm gonna have you answer it, and whatever comments they put in, the feedback they put in, or if people have an opinion, I want this coming to you. I don't want it.
Oh, you must have this. Yeah.
So I got a question for you, and this is on behalf of all women that's in my ear. You ready?
Yeah.
This is a heavy one. It's pressure. I'm going to ask you, to you true.
Right.
Why do men cheat?
Why do men cheat? Honestly, 100% we cheat because I gotta watch how I word it, because like you say, with them comments, they gonna come back. But honestly, we cheat, man. We step out. Like I say, we in a relationship, it's our love. You know we ain't going nowhere. But we cheat, man, because I ain't gonna just say that it's in our nature, because you know how deep in context we get in convos about procreativity and stuff, just by nature. But it's something that a man has to conquer over time. His lower self, he has to conquer, and then he has to use his mind to elevate his consciousness to not even have those base desires and to be led and driven by those base desires. Okay. So once a man conquers that, he conquers another part of himself that was hard, that was hard, and making him go left when he should have stayed straight or went right. Right. Because you're going out, it's like if you got an inch or two off your leg, off of one leg, it's one leg shorter than the other. It's like you're gonna be walking in a circle. You know what I'm saying? But until you learn how to correct that issue, that's gonna always be an issue. But and then some people is you can't knock the Black community's mental health. You know, we have certain mental traumatizations and crises that we be going through. So sometimes it's hard for a person to bond and stay with one person because of whatever may happen to them in their life and what's in their head that makes them go out and try to fill that void. So it gets deep, but it's just not we cheat on Black women to intentionally hurt them. So if you got a partner that's taking you through that, try to delve in here a little bit more to understand them and try to see how you can help them correct that problem or that issue that makes them want to go out and seek. You feel me? Right. Now, that being said, I'm not offering no solution, no step back, because I want women to hear it from a man. He didn't know I was going to ask him that question. So that's a genuine answer. I'm not giving you my reasoning, none of that. I'm not giving you a specific practical application from a book or some studies or nothing. I want you to hear it from men's mouths. So as we progress with other interviews and things of that nature, this might be a recurring question you might hear. And that being said, I want to appreciate your time. I appreciate you coming to the platform. Of course, I want you back because we're going to get a little deeper. And that's pretty much it. Because I want to say something, but I'm not. I'm going to let the women hear what came out of your mouth. You got any last words before we end? I want to say I appreciate you for having me and share your platform with me and allow me to get some of these things out there. And I look forward to joining again next time and seeing where the conversation goes after we get some of them comments from the women. All right. That being said,
To you too. To you too. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Holla.
Holla.
All right, man. Peace.
One love.
All right.